Hey, what is up guys? So, it's time to take a look at some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We have another Pendulum Synchro monster. In addition to that, we got some other cards to check out, as well as the promos for Maximum Crisis. And also, I want to showcase off some replays of a new lockdown, which makes it so your opponent cannot Yu-Gi-Oh using the new Perform Pow 5 Rainbow Magician. So anyways, let's get started with the new Pendulum Synchro monster and check out its effects. So, over here is the DDD Super Doom King White Armageddon, or if you're in the OCG, it's called the Whitest Hello. We gotta keep it YouTube friendly Armageddon. But anyways, let's check them out. So it's a pendulum scale of 1, level 10, 3,500 attack, 3,000 defense points. Let's read out how to bring it out first, because who cares about the effect if it's too hard to bring out. So, in order to bring it out, it requires one DD tuner and one or more non-tuner DDD monsters. So anyways, let's go check out the pendulum effect out first. So anyways, its pendulum effect says once per turn when an opponent monster declares an attack, you get to target one DDD Synchro monster you control. Destroy as many monsters your opponent controls with defense that is lower than or equal to the attack of that monster as possible. And if you do, you get to inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each destroy. That's a pretty good effect. As long as, of course, you control a DDD Synchro monster. That can potentially just burn your opponent for game, depending on how many cards you're actually able to get rid of. But on top of that, if you already have a Synchro monster, I'm assuming that you've probably dealt some damage to your opponent, so that's a pretty dirty effect. But its monster effect is, well, the first one is, monsters you control cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects. That's really good. It's not just DDD monsters, it's just monsters cannot be targeted. That's really good. The second effect is if another monster is normal or special while this card is already face up on the field, you can activate this effect. Your opponent chooses one pendulum monster they control. Negate the effects of all monsters your opponent controls except that chosen monster. So I'm assuming if they don't have a pendulum monster, what exactly happens? I want to know, do you guys know what happens? Because does that mean you could just negate everything if they don't have a pendulum monster? Or does that mean you don't even get that effect if they don't have a pendulum monster? I don't know. You guys let me know about that in the comment section below, because that's a huge deal. Anyways, the third effect, if it's destroyed in the monster zone, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. I feel like a lot of the pendulum exceed, pendulum fusions, pendulum synchros, they all have that effect where it's like when they're destroying the monster, then they go straight to the pendulum zone. But I really like that effect though. It has the ability to kind of stun your opponent, and in addition to that, they can't target your monsters with the monster effect. So it's a decent little card. But next up, we have a new enemy appearing, and that is actually Cracking Dragon over here, which is a level 8 with 3,000 attack, a dark machine monster. So reads, it cannot be sure of battle with a monster whose level is lower than or equal to this card's. When your opponent normals or special summons exactly one monster, except for during the damage step, while this monster is on the field, you can make that monster lose attack equal to its level times 200. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that lost attack, this attack decrease lasts until the end of this turn. So that's actually pretty good, because, you know, it's got 3,000 attack. More likely you're going to be able to attack over it, but the problem is it does not negate the effects. It just loses the attack. So I still think it's a decent little card though. But next up, the promos for Maximum Crisis Special Edition are Kachikochi Dragon and Emerging Emergency Rescue. Oh, the puns, Yu-Gi-Oh! The totally awesome rescue. Anyways, so let's go ahead and go over those effects of those new cards. Now, we did get Kachikochi Dragon in a promo, I believe, through a manga. So I believe it was from like hold on, let me go North America. Oh, well, hold on. But I know it was released in a Zexo, so it was like in the, it was a comic book. So if you guys didn't get your hands on one of them, now is your chance. But anyways, I don't think it's really that relevant for the game. But anyways, 2 level 4 monsters. Once per turn when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you attach a material from this card and you can attack once again in a row. A lot of people opt to run like the Gaga Samurai, I believe is it, and there's also Blade Armor Ninja. It's not like the worst of cards, but I feel like it's just kind of outclassed, and it's not a number card, so I don't feel like this card is going to be a very hot card. I don't know. If you guys think of some crazy combo with this, let me know, but I feel like there's really nothing. You're not going to be too excited if you get this card. The other card, though, it has a lot of potential depending on the ban list. But anyways, Emergency Rescue. So it's a spell card that says if your life points is lower than your opponent's, you reveal 3 beast-type monsters with 300 attack and 100 defense from your deck. Your opponent chooses one of those and you add it to your hand, and then you can shuffle the rest back into your deck. You can only activate one per turn. Now, what's really good with this, they don't have to be the same monster. Or, like, they can be the same monster is what I'm trying to say more so. Which is really good, because I made a video a while ago titled The Rescue Hero DINO Rabbit deck. A lot of you guys really like that. I'll link it down below if you guys want to check it out. It's using the new card. Now, unfortunately, this was made before the ban list, and we don't have that Rescue Rabbit at multiple. I'm really hoping that we can get Rescue Rabbit at 3. I know Rescue Cat is there with its new errata, but nonetheless, it depends on the ban list. This card could have been really cool. Just watch this video. I'll link it down below, and you guys can see the potential that this card has. But anyways, I want to showcase off the Perform Pal 5 Rainbow Magician in action. Basically, we're just here for its Pendulum effect, which is, this is really the only effect that we really care about, which is, if your opponent doesn't have any spell or trap cards set in their spell and trap zones, monsters they control cannot attack or activate their effects. That's pretty much all it's used for, is for its Pendulum effect. That's what we're going to be showcasing off. Obviously it has other effects, but we won't get into those because I can talk about them during the replays. But anyways, like I said, guys, I wanted to showcase off... Whoa, I got ahead of myself. But anyways, I wanted to showcase this thing in action because a lot of people wanted to see, you know, they like lockdowns. I understand. Pretty much it's just the opponent going, I quit, but it doesn't really matter if they would actually play this out because you literally cannot Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a lockdown, shutdown, anti-meta, rogue-ish kind of cheesy troll deck. But anyways, let's go and check it out. So basically, the goal is to get out Hanzo and have this activate, and then have Anti-Spell Fragrance. You don't really need Anti-Spell Fragrance, but it definitely can help out because obviously they have to set their stuff. But anyways, you're going to go ahead and summon Dark Simorgh. Now, Dark Simorgh makes it so your opponent has to set things before they can be activated. Anti-Spell Fragrance... I'm sorry. Anti-Spell Fragrance is the card where they must set the spell cards before activating them, and they cannot activate them until their next turn. So Dark Simorgh says your opponent cannot set cards. So if your opponent cannot set cards, nor use the spell cards, then obviously you can't use traps because you have to set them. Dark Simorgh says no to that. This means no spells, and this means no monster effects, nor can they even attack. You guys will see, even though he Cup of Ace and got the wrong effect, his opponent still can't really make any plays because he cannot Yu-Gi-Oh! I know someone's gonna be like, what the heck is an assault mode zombie? It doesn't really matter what deck he's playing, okay? Someone's gonna be like, oh, he got Kaiju. Alright, you got me there, man. You did Mask of Restrict, but he makes this, he thought he could attack over this. The guy over here makes the Red Dragon Arch. He's like, I'll just attack over. But this card makes it so you can't attack. There's a few more replays that I can go ahead and just go over real quick. But I just kind of want to showcase off this cheesy deck. I guess I can go, like, I can go browse through the little deck thing over here. This guy thinking he's going to be busting out the Buster Blader. Even though he's failing with Cup of Ace, guys, it doesn't matter. All you really need, he's going to max C, but it doesn't matter. Your opponent cannot even Yu-Gi-Oh! And this and that. He just quits out. He's like, okay, I can't use my spells, I can't set anything, I quit. Dark Simorgh is pretty dirty. And Buster Blader deck, it really needs its spells is really what it comes down to. This is more so of a cheese deck than really anything, but it is a lockdown. And I know some people, back when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! A long time ago, I always wanted to get the Jinzo, Black Horse. Is it called Black Horse? Or just Horse level 8? I wanted to get that out. It's the same thing again, guys. But, I mean, like I said, there's only one replay and they're pretty quick anyways. But I remember, as a kid, I really wanted to do that, so some of the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Players maybe come from Duel Links. I don't know if there's any lockdowns in that game, but I know, I understand the hype with it. When you're early on, oh, you shut down your opponent cannot do anything. It's dirty. Oh, dude, what gimmick puppets? Egghead? Dr. Robotnik over here. But anyways, it's really annoying to run into. What the heck is that? Boogie Trap. Target trap card set it. Oh, okay, so he's able to get that card back. Okay, I guess that's the point of that card. And he goes and transforms into the Simorgh. And that's basically it. I'll give you guys like a brief deck profile here. I didn't actually copy the YDK file, but I could pretty much show you guys. Pretty much, it should be like everything at 3. I'm pretty sure it's just everything at 3. We got Magical Mallet. We got Bogey. This is the only card that I'm like, what the heck is this? So you discard 2 cards and target a trap card in your graveyard, and you get to set it immediately. So that can help out. Maybe if you get rid of it with. Is there Dark World Dealings in here? Or I'm sure there's probably a card in here that makes you. Oh, I guess Demise. If you discard it, you technically get it back. Foolish Burial of Belongings. Oh, so you send one. Oh, okay, I get how it works. So you just send Anti-Spell Fragrance from the deck to the graveyard, and then you go ahead and activate Bogey Trap. And there you go. So that's basically, it's basically a cheese deck. So don't expect this deck to be very meta. But I think that this card has a lot of potential. Because again, some decks just run a bunch of monster cards. And at that point, all you need to do is be like, oh, you can't set any spell and trap? I'm thinking like, I remember there was a lot of Monster Mash-ish decks. You just throw this down and they're going to be completely screwed over. Because remember, some decks, they really need to activate their spells in order for their combo pieces to get ready for their play. But if they use all of them, they cannot activate their monster effects. So I think this card is definitely pretty decent. It could be nasty to run into. I wouldn't be surprised to see this card see some play in the meta. Again, it depends on what other support we get for the 5 Rainbow Magician. But that's a lockdown, man. So shout out to Teriyaki for hooking me up with these plays. I wanted to play this deck, but it already looks like he's got the replay, and it's going to be the same result, which is your opponent is going to be very frustrated. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing some new cards and also the new Perform Pal 5 Rainbow Magician in action. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys give that like button a slap, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos.